from his development process, which has been firing on all cylinders.
Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Deion Waiters is out there at baller. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. You've seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season.
Have you seen, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next.
And some of that, we know, it can happen with injuries to a star player, and you just are dismantled. But a lot of times,
like the Pacers with Oladipo, they were a difference in the last quarter of the season.
It's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there'll be a lot more attention on you. And you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games. No problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times, young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
Intelligent at realizing when to pull that mid-range jumper. Ingram is starting to figure it out offensively.
And Kuzma slams it in.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the night.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Here's Ball, and it's sent back by Reyes. It's tipped. Now here's Williamson. He had a 34.
Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
To the inside.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Reyes, the pass to Kuzma. Howard trying to free himself up. Pelicans pull it in.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Taken away by Holiday. And here comes Holiday leading the fast breaks. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. But they recover it. Now here's Williamson. Guarded by Kuzma. Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, a longer point guard out there, Drew Holiday, can score close into the rim with that kind of size.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
And pulled out all the stops to fight his way inside, but the D just was not giving in.
Ball with a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple. The Lakers trail. And Brett, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
So much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
Passes it to Hayes and stolen by Howard. And even 3-on-3 break. And Kuzma slams it in.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Now Ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside Holiday. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And a moment here to recognize the Western Conference Player of the Month. Ball.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his D.
Goes up the baseline. And there's another turnover by the Lakers. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
Yeah, last game was pretty impressive stuff on that end of the floor, just getting up near shooters and blocking as many shots as they did.
Outside Holiday. Lets a floater go, and it's sent back by Howard.
Well, Dwight Howard still makes you think about your shot attempts, easily leaping up to throw that one play.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Ball. Hayes trying to break through. Ball, no good.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really effective.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
Well, that's when you love to see the strength of Dwight Howard marching through the defense and just ripping away the second chance opportunity for an easy score.
Bounce pass, Holiday. Here's Williamson. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Ball, no good.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track.
Raiders no luck. Pelicans trail by 4. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
Just a freight train going downhill. No one willing to step in front of the massive Williamson.
Reyes, the pass to Kuzma. To the middle. It's blocked. And here is Ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. To the paint. Here's Hayes. Tries again. Up and in on the layup.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Reyes. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got 5 rebounds tonight.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Ball with the bucket.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
Here's Ingram. And the ball goes out of bounds. Pass touch by James. And the Lakers making a change here. McGee's checked in. And a change for the Pelicans. Redick is checked in. The Lakers on D. Trailing by 2. And they're pushing it up. Oh, Kuzma's in position.
Able to score from almost anywhere. Kuzma rapidly becoming a guy that can hurt you.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans.
And New Orleans, not the largest market, but a lot to like about living in the Big Easy.
You just said Big Easy in New Orleans.
Especially in the playoffs, Brett. So much can change when a player gets in a foul trouble. See the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the Summer League where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing them.
So for New Orleans right now, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Lonzo Ball out there with Etron Moore, and it's Okafor in at the center position. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Baller in that last game against the Suns was a driven man. He had 42 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and they'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much much you can do to stop him.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Lakers lead by 6. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass the ball. And Ball slams it in.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision making.
Reyes, he's covered by Ball. Kuzma kicks to James. And stolen by Williamson. Here's more. New Orleans with a fresh shot clock. Williamson with it. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Ball drills the three-pointer. Ball's got 8 points.
Yeah, and Ball doesn't let panic set in. I mean, you can see that he plays by a different clock. Even though the shot clock's winding down, he knows how to bail his guys out. Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
And how clever is this guy? I mean, just no fear going with the soft, high-arcing floater.
Bobbed up there for Howard. And that one's good. James. And the Lakers lead by 3.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Moore. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Moore just recognizing he had a little more space, if you will, Kevin.
Reyes. He's covered by Ball. And there's the basket. Good from Reyes. Baller's got 4 this quarter.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Now, here's Ball. Covered by Reyes.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
There's the basketball. Shoots the 3. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Waiters, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Lakers shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Pelicans trail by 8. Ball finds Okafor. Now Ingram. Covered by LeBron. And they get it. And it's in off the backboard. 6 points for Brandon Ingram.
And it's easy to see just how dangerous Ingram is in the pick and roll. His size, the long arms, the shooting ability. The D has no clue as to what to do.
And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
So it's the Pelicans now. 6-point game. Here's Williamson, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the Lakers get called for the foul.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
5 to shoot, and he gets it to go. Bulls got 10 points in the quarter.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And Waiters over to help. Rebounded by the Lakers. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. Here's Reyes. Makes it off the glass. Waller's got 10.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Moore outside. Ingram outside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Here are the top rebounders over the last month. You take a look at Ball. No doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
And he makes the first. Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming along with massive. And what you're seeing, too, over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab-ratting what that team is about, but really well-thought-out player development and stints for guys on their team rather than just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. We're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. That's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take their necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
J.R. Smith's checked in for the Lakers. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hayes comes in for Okafor, and it's Drew Holiday in for Lonzo Ball. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Rockets.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Well, you can do a couple things with turnovers. They committed too many, and then they didn't force enough. So a tough go in that category.
Lakers leading by 8. Oh, Kuzma's in position. And stolen by Williamson. Ingram against Smith. It's tipped. It's taken away by Smith. Here's Reyes. It's deflected. Now here's Ingram. He's got 6. Here's Hart. And the call on the shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which. With 1 on the clock, he can't get it to go. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a quick one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, Kyle Kuzma displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Deion Waiters is out there with Baller, and it's Howard in at center. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
Both free throws good from Reyes. Pelicans trail by 5. Now Ball. And he uses the glass on the layup. Ball's got 14.
And I tell you what, Ball has proven to be a threat to score whenever he has it. When he's feeling it, boy, the D is going to be in for a long night.
Pass to Reyes. Down low. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Ingram against James, and Ingram the bucket on the assist from Williamson. That's now 8 points for Brandon Ingram. Pass to Waiters. Reyes, he's covered by Ball. No good from Reyes.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't. Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight, and the first one drops. Both free throws good from Reyes. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Pelicans trail by 3. Ball, the pass to Williamson. And here's Hayes. Pass the ball. Williamson with it. He's guarded by Waiters. Clock is at 3. And that one's good. Williamson.
And he's far from just a dunker. Zion is also capable of hurting you from outside.
Here's Reyes. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Williamson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
LeBron with the block.
LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Ugly start. The second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
And stolen by LeBron. Reyes, he's covered by Ball. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
You take a look at Ball, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing you already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
The Pelicans have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. LeBron against Ingram. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Okafor's checked in for the Pelicans. High, arcing shot. The shot by Holiday, no good. LA's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. And James throws it down hard.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display.
And here's ball. They'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. For this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Here's Ingram.
LeBron in great defensive position that time, exceptional at using his wingspan to throw off the shooter.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
A great assist there from LeBron. Going to try to set the table all night.
The Pelicans trail, and the bright lights of L.A. perhaps too much for some players. You know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caldwell Pope checked in. Outside Holiday. Shot clock at 5. Puts up a 3. The Lakers with the rebound.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best. Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Pelicans trail by 4. Here's Ball. 17 points in the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Dwight Howard. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one. Starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
New Orleans making a switch here. Redick is checked in. They swipe it. And that one is stuck right through.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. The Lakers, number 1.
You know, it's not just the turnovers they're forcing. I mean, they're converting at the other end, and you know what? It puts a lot of pressure on you to play perfect.
Back to Okafor. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Okafor's got 6.
But JJ seeing the floor really well tonight and making precision passes.
Caldwell Pope right side. LeBron outside. Lakers passing it around. Now here's Williamson. Guarded close. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Saturday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Knicks, this is a game that they are expected to win. But sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with a victory.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Green in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Ball no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Reyes, he's covered by Ball. Reyes, and it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession. Kuzma passes to Reyes. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So the Pelican 5 right now. At the forward slots, Ingram and Melly. Holiday at the 1 and Reddick at the 2. And it's Hayes in at the center, filling out the middle. Pocket 4. Unloads from 13. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Ingram.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
That free throw good from Reyes.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
And Holiday, here we go. And it's sent back by Howard. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Reyes. And that one is handled home.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And that's a foul called on Bowler. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Ingram. Los Angeles has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Reyes, the pass to Kuzma. To the wing right side. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Clearly a foul.
The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. This quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Outside Holiday. Here's Melly. It's Ingram on the wing. Over LeBron. And too long on the shot.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That free throw good from Reyes. And so he makes both from the line. And here's Reddick. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Down by 12. Double by Reyes. It's Ingram on the wing. Pocket 6. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. No good on the 3.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to...
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. The pass to Reddick. Launches a 3. And again, no good by New Orleans. Lakers lead by 14. Here's Reyes. And it's Melly with the rebound.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Ingram against Waiters. Now here's Ingram. Defense right on him. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Williamson is checked in for New Orleans. Here's Howard. Passes it to Reyes. Over Holiday. Bank shot. No good. Pelicans trail by 14.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
That play happens because of the solid pass from Holiday.
Here's Reyes. Boom, he jams it straight down.
to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Pass to Hayes. The dish to Reddick. A 3-ball. A rebound by the Lakers.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. I love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Outside Holiday. Buries it from 3-point range.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Reyes, the pass to Howard. Lakers working the ball around now. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, Brett, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they were feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
Back to Ball. The kick out to Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because he seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Pelicans trail by 13. Here's Williamson. Hope they get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And it's Ball in the corner. Launches it. Here's Ingram. And at last, they get one to fall. Ingram's got 11 in the second half. Oh, Kuzma's in position. Hammers the alley through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Holiday. It's rebounded by Reyes. Baller's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Pelicans trail by 13. Holiday inside the line. They get it back. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 19 points.
And the intelligence, his overall basketball IQ, Ball just has a knack for being in the right spot, and especially when the break is on.
Here's Reyes. Lays it up off the glass. Baller's got 41.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Ball feeling it out a bit. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Dwight Howard. Digs the rim with a two-handed slam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah. His teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
And he's able to get it back. Ball with the bucket.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Stolen by Ball. Inside, Williamson. Rejected by Reyes. And he lays it straight in. Baller's got 45 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Ball gets to Holiday. The feed to Williamson. Takes it from 10. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Down low, here's Reyes, and the dunk to finish it off. Wow, beauty.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the tip.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Redick is checked in. Floats it up for James. Ingram with the steal. To the paint. Here's Williamson. The shot, no good. Kuzma with the defensive effort. LeBron James on the wing to the inside and stolen by Williamson. He kicks it to Ball. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Lakers leading by 15. Reyes, the pass to Kuzma. Stolen by Ball. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go.
And you cannot give Ingram even an inch of airspace. He's ready to let it go if he gets it.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Ball.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Lonzo Ball picks one up. That's good from Reyes. Both free throws good from Reyes. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Ball, the bounce pass. Redick dishes the ball. To the middle. And it's McGee with the jam.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Count that one.
Well, JJ doing a great job deciding on that pick and roll play with what to do with the basketball. Deceptively crafty when he gets in that set.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Lakers.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Baller.
He was in the zone. He's just a man on a mission, and that helped him notch that triple-double.
Gets to McGee. Fades and shoots. No good. Shot missing. And New Orleans will come the other way. Ingram left side. And the rejection by James. And that's a